Sam Miller stood at the viewing port, watching stars streak by as the transport ship carried him to his new assignment. He ran his hand through his short brown hair, still not quite believing he was here. The massive Federation vessel grew larger by the minute. Soon he would be aboard the Stellar Horizon *. Sam checked his uniform one more time. The blue jumpsuit of Earth's Space Force felt strange next to the colorful outfits worn by the other passengers, most of whom weren't human. A tall, thin alien with pale green skin nodded at him as it passed. Sam nodded back, trying to remember which species it belonged to. "First time seeing a Vexian?" asked a voice behind him. Sam turned to see an older man in an Earth diplomatic uniform. The man extended his hand. "Dr. Pete Cowell, Earth Embassy." "Lieutenant Sam Miller," Sam replied, shaking the offered hand. "And yes, first time seeing a Vexian. First time seeing most of these species, actually." "Not surprising," Pete said. "Most of them avoid Earth. They think we're too unpredictable." Sam laughed. They might be right. A ship's speakers announced their arrival. Sam grabbed his small bag and followed the other passengers to the docking bay. His heart beat faster as the airlock opened. The inside of the Stellar Horizon was enormous. The ceiling rose at least 50 meters above them. Aliens of all shapes and sizes moved about with purpose. Some floated rather than walked. Others had multiple limbs or strange body shapes the human language couldn't easily describe. A tall figure with blue skin and 4 arms approached. The alien wore what looked like a military uniform with several badges. "Lieutenant Miller." The voice was deep and slightly mechanical, coming from a translator device at the alien's throat. "Yes, sir," Sam replied, standing straight. "I am Commander Vexlar, head of flight operations. You will report to me during your stay." The alien looked down at Sam with large yellow eyes that blinked sideways. "Follow me." Sam hurried after the commander, trying not to stare at everything they passed. The ship was like nothing he had ever seen. Doorways of different sizes lined the corridors. Strange smells filled the air. Lights pulsed in patterns that seemed to mean something to the other aliens. "The Federation has existed for 12,000 years, Vexler said as they walked. 17 species work together for peace and progress. Humans are the 18th species to be considered." "Considered?" Sam asked. "For membership," Vexler replied. "This exchange program is part of that process. You are one of the first." They entered a large room filled with what looked like flight equipment. Several aliens turned to look at Sam. "This is your new team," Vexlar announced. "You will train with them, learn from them, show them what humans can do." The other pilots didn't look impressed. A short, bug-like alien with multiple eyes clicked something that the translator didn't catch. The others laughed. "These are our best pilots," Vexlar continued. "Krill of the Triz species has won the Federation Flight Championship 3 times. Mela is a Nubilan who can process spatial information in 9 dimensions." Sam tried to keep his face neutral. Earth had only achieved faster-than-light travel 30 years ago. These species have been flying between stars for thousands of years. "Your quarters are through there." Vexlar pointed to a small door. "Rest today. Training begins tomorrow." Sam nodded and headed toward his room. Before he reached it, a voice called out, "Hey, human." He turned to see a woman with dark skin and curly hair hurrying toward him. She wore the uniform of Earth's Science Division. "I'm Kyra Jones," she said, offering her hand. "Xenobiology. Thank God there's another human here." "Sam Miller, Flight Division." He shook her hand, relieved to see a familiar face. "How long have you been here?" 2 months. "It's been interesting." She looked around to make sure no aliens were nearby. "Look, we should talk later. There are things you need to know that weren't in the briefing." "Like what?" "Like why the last 3 human pilots were sent home early." Her expression was serious. "Meet me in the recreation area after dinner. Section C." Before Sam could ask more questions, she walked away. He watched her go, wondering what he had gotten himself into. In his small room, Sam unpacked his few belongings. Through a small window, he could see Earth, now just a blue dot among countless stars. He was farther from home than any human had been just a generation ago. Tomorrow, he would start proving that humans belonged among the stars. Sam found the recreation area after dinner. It was a large space with different sections designed for various alien species. Some areas had higher gravity, others had special lighting or strange smells. He spotted Kira sitting in Section C, which seemed designed for humans and similar species. "You made it," she said, moving over so he could sit. "How was your first day?" "Strange," Sam admitted. "Everything is so alien." Kira laughed. "You get used to it." "Kind of." Sam looked around to make sure no one was listening. "You said something about other human pilots being sent home early." Kira's smile faded. "Yes. 3 pilots came before you in the last 2 years. None lasted more than a month." "Why? What happened?" "The simulator," Kira said quietly. "Each one tried the Federation flight simulator and suffered some kind of neural shock. The Federation said they weren't compatible with the technology." Sam frowned. "Neural shock." "Our briefings mentioned the simulator uses direct brain interface, but said it was safe for humans." "Earth governments want this alliance badly," Kira explained. "They downplay anything that might suggest humans can't keep up." Before Sam could ask more questions, a tall alien with flowing silver hair approached their table. It had 4 eyes and moved with unusual grace. "Lieutenant Miller," the alien said in perfect English. "I am Zara, cultural liaison. I hope your first day has been pleasant." "It has, thank you," Sam replied. "Excellent. Commander Vexlar asked me to inform you that simulator training begins tomorrow at 800 Federation Standard Time." The alien smiled, showing teeth that looked too sharp for comfort. "I will come to your quarters to guide you." After Zora left, Sam turned back to Kira. "Tomorrow. They're putting me in the simulator on my second day." "That's not normal," Kira said, looking worried. "Most new pilots train for weeks before trying the simulator." "Maybe they want to establish a baseline for humans." "Maybe." Kira didn't sound convinced. "Just be careful." The last human who tried it, Barry Nelson, was unconscious for 3 days afterward. Sam didn't sleep well that night. He spent hours studying the manual on Federation flight controls. Their ships used thought-based interfaces rather than physical controls. Pilots connected directly to their vessels through neural links, becoming one with the ship. It was far beyond Earth technology. Zora arrived precisely at 800 the next morning. The alien led Sam through a maze of corridors to a large circular room. A dozen alien pilots were already there, along with Commander Vexlar. "Lieutenant Miller," Vexlar said, "today you will attempt the Kobayashi simulation. It is our standard assessment tool." "Sir, I've only just arrived," Sam said. "Shouldn't I learn the basic controls first?" Several aliens made sounds that Sam's translator didn't catch. Laughter, he guessed. "The simulator requires no prior knowledge," Vexlar explained. "It connects directly to your mind and adapts to your species. You will instinctively understand how to control your virtual craft." Sam nodded, though he felt uneasy. "What exactly will I be doing in the simulation?" "A standard defense scenario," Commander Vexlar said. "Protecting a civilian transport from raiders in an asteroid field." One of the bug-like Triz pilots clicked something to another. Sam's translator caught it this time. 10 credits says he doesn't last 15 minutes. 20 says he doesn't even complete the basic sequence, another replied. Sam pretended not to hear. He focused on Vexlar, who was pointing to a white spherical room. "The chamber adapts to each pilot," Vexlar explained. "Once inside, neural interfaces will create a fully immersive experience. If you feel overwhelmed, simply think 'end simulation' 3 times, and it will stop." A pilot with green scales and no visible eyes emerged from the chamber. He nodded respectfully to Vexlar. Completed standard course in 32 minutes, the commander noted. Good improvement, Sentinel. Lieutenant Miller, Vexlar called. You are next. Sam took a deep breath and walked toward the white sphere. The door slid open, revealing a featureless interior. Remember, Vexlar said before Sam entered, there is no shame in ending early if necessary. No one expects a human to complete the full simulation. The slight emphasis on human wasn't lost on Sam. He stepped inside, and the door closed behind him. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the white walls seemed to dissolve around him. Sam found himself sitting in what looked like a fighter craft cockpit. It felt completely real. A voice in his head spoke. Kobayashi simulation initiating. Prepare for neural interface in 3, 2, 1. Sam gasped as information flooded directly into his mind. Sam's mind filled with information as the simulator connected to his thoughts. Suddenly, he knew how to fly the virtual ship. He didn't need to learn controls or read displays. He simply knew. The cockpit felt real. He could feel the seat beneath him, smell the clean air, hear the soft hum of engines. Stars stretched out before him, with an asteroid field visible in the distance. A message appeared in his mind. Mission: protect transport ship Northern Star from raiders. Transport carries 200 civilian passengers. Good luck, pilot. Sam saw the transport ship now, a large vessel moving slowly through the edge of the asteroid field. His fighter was smaller and faster. He guided it toward the transport, thinking commands rather than pressing buttons. This is amazing, he whispered to himself. Radar contact, a voice announced in his mind. 3 raiders approaching from Sector 4. Sam turned his fighter toward the threat. 3 small ships appeared on his radar, moving fast. He pushed his ship forward to intercept them before they reached the transport. The first raider fired energy weapons at Sam. He rolled his fighter to avoid the shots, the movement happening as fast as he could think it. He returned fire, hitting the raider's wing. Sam found that flying this way felt natural. The ship responded to his thoughts perfectly. He chased the damaged raider, firing again and hitting its engines. The enemy ship spun away, disabled. The other 2 raiders split up, trying to attack from different angles. Sam tracked them both, analyzing their movements. One headed straight for the transport. The other tried to flank Sam. He made a quick decision and pursued the one targeting the transport. Sam weaved through asteroids, gaining on the raider. He fired several shots, forcing the enemy ship to change course away from the civilian vessel. Warning, the ship's computer announced. Additional raiders detected. 6 new contacts. Sam frowned. The mission was getting harder. He hadn't expected 8 raiders total. Still, he could handle it. He turned to engage the new threats. As he fought the additional raiders, Sam noticed something strange. Every time he successfully dealt with a threat, new ones appeared. After he destroyed or disabled 4 raiders, 8 more appeared. When he handled those, 16 more showed up. This isn't right, Sam muttered. The scenario kept escalating beyond reasonable levels. An hour into what should have been a 30-minute simulation, Sam was defending against 32 raiders while navigating a suddenly more dangerous asteroid field. The transport had taken damage, and now Sam had to protect it while it made emergency repairs. Despite the impossible odds, Sam kept fighting. He used the asteroids for cover, set traps for pursuing raiders, and kept the most dangerous ones away from the transport. His human brain, evolved to spot patterns and predict movement, gave him an edge even against overwhelming numbers. 2 hours in, the simulation changed again. Now the asteroids were breaking apart, creating unpredictable debris fields. A nearby star was becoming unstable, sending radiation waves that affected ship systems. This can't be the standard test, Sam thought. No pilot could handle this. He remembered Vexlar's instructions to think end simulation 3 times if it became too much. The alien commander clearly expected him to give up. Not happening, Sam said aloud. Instead of retreating, Sam pushed harder. When his weapon systems failed due to radiation, he used debris from asteroids as weapons, luring raiders into collisions. When his engines lost power, he used gravitational slingshots around larger asteroids to maintain momentum. The simulation continued to add new challenges. A damaged reactor on the transport, a black hole appearing at the edge of the system, enemy ships with adaptive shields that learned from his attack patterns. Sam's forehead beaded with sweat. His real body was still in the white sphere, but his mind was completely in the simulation. His heart raced as he pushed himself and his virtual ship beyond what should be possible. 3 hours in, Sam faced a scenario that seemed truly impossible. 50 raiders, failing ship systems, an unstable region of space, and the civilian transport venting atmosphere. Most pilots would have given up long ago. But Sam had something the simulation didn't expect. He was human, and humans don't like to lose. 4 hours into the simulation, something changed in Sam's thinking. He stopped trying to win the scenario as presented. It was clearly designed to be impossible. No matter how many raiders he defeated, more would appear. No matter how he protected the transport, new threats would emerge. If you can't win the game, Sam said to himself, change the rules. Sam had an idea. The simulation connected directly to his mind. It created reality based on his thoughts and how he perceived the situation. What if he could change how he perceived it? He closed his eyes inside the simulation and focused. Instead of seeing himself as one fighter against many raiders, he imagined himself as part of something larger. He visualized a fleet of allied ships coming to help. He didn't just think about it, he believed it. When he opened his eyes, nothing had changed. The raiders were still there. The transport still needed protection. But Sam's approach changed completely. Instead of defending against individual raiders, he began creating situations where they would interfere with each other. He led pursuers into the paths of other raiders. He used the transport's emergency signals to confuse enemy targeting systems. The simulation kept adding challenges, but Sam kept changing his strategy. When the transport's engines failed completely, Sam didn't try to repair them. Instead, he created a makeshift energy tether from his fighter to pull the larger ship. Outside the simulation chamber, the alien pilots watched in confusion as Sam's session extended past 4 hours. "This is unprecedented," Commander Vexler said. "No pilot has ever lasted this long." "Should we end it manually?" asked Zora, the cultural liaison. "The neural load must be dangerous for a human." "Our medical scanners show stress, but no damage," another alien replied. "His brain activity is unusual." Inside the simulation, Sam faced the most difficult challenge yet. The star in the system went supernova, sending a deadly wave of radiation toward both his fighter and the transport. There was no escape route. Physics made survival impossible. But Sam wasn't thinking about physics. He was thinking about possibilities. If the simulation created reality from his mind, then perhaps he could change reality itself. He focused on the radiation wave, imagining it not as deadly energy, but as a powerful push, something he could ride. "Computer," Sam called out. "Reconfigure shields to create a surfing effect on the radiation wave." Warning: procedure unknown. "No such configuration exists," the computer responded. "Then create one," Sam insisted. "Convert shield energy to matching wavelengths with the radiation. Ride the wave instead of blocking it." The computer paused. This request went against its programming. But the simulation was designed to adapt to pilot thinking, and Sam's mind was providing new parameters. "Reconfiguring shields," the computer finally replied. As the radiation wave hit, Sam's fighter didn't try to resist it. Instead, the ship rode the energy like a surfer on a wave, gaining tremendous speed. Sam extended the effect to surround the transport as well, pulling it along in his wake. The simulation struggled to process this unexpected solution. It wasn't in any of its programmed responses. The radiation should have destroyed both ships, But the human pilot had reimagined the laws of physics within the simulation. The raiders were caught unprepared by the radiation and destroyed. The transport and Sam's fighter shot forward at incredible speed, safely away from the dying star. The simulation threw one final challenge at Sam. As the radiation wave dissipated, a black hole appeared directly in their path. At their speed, there was no way to change course in time. Sam smiled. Perfect. Instead of trying to avoid the black hole, he adjusted his course slightly to use its gravitational pull. He calculated a slingshot maneuver that would use the black hole's immense gravity to fling both ships across the system to safety. Warning: approach vector to singularity is dangerous, the computer announced. Trust me, Sam replied. I know what I'm doing. He didn't, not really. No human had ever attempted a black hole slingshot, even in simulation, but Sam believed it would work. And in this virtual reality built from his thoughts, belief was powerful. 5 hours into the simulation, Sam's fighter approached the black hole. The transport ship followed behind, protected by the energy field Sam had created. Outside the simulator chamber, the entire flight division watched in stunned silence. Impossible, one of the TRIS pilots clicked. The human should have failed hours ago. His neural patterns are completely different from our other test subjects, said a Federation scientist who had been called to observe. He is not just solving problems, he is changing them. Inside the simulation, Sam focused intensely on the black hole's slingshot maneuver. The gravity pulled at his ship with tremendous force. Warnings flashed across his mind as the ship's virtual systems strained under the pressure. Hull integrity at 42%. The computer warned. Structural failure imminent. Sam ignored the warnings. He adjusted his approach vector slightly, feeling the pull of the black hole increase. The transport ship behind him followed exactly in his wake, protected by the path he created. Maximum velocity exceeded, the computer announced. Navigation systems failing. Don't need them, Sam muttered. He was flying by instinct now, feeling the gravity currents like a river runner feels water. As they reached the closest point to the black hole, time seemed to slow down. The immense gravity stretched light itself, creating beautiful patterns of color around them. Sam's fighter began to glow from the friction of particles hitting the shields. Then, like a stone from a slingshot, both ships shot forward with incredible speed. The black hole's gravity had flung them across the star system in seconds. They emerged far from danger, with the civilian transport intact. Transport is safe, Sam said, breathing heavily. Mission accomplished. He waited for the simulation to end or to present a new challenge. Instead, everything froze. The stars stopped moving. The transport hung motionless in space. Then the entire simulation dissolved around him, returning to the white sphere of the simulator chamber. The door slid open. Sam stumbled out, exhausted but smiling. His smile faded when he saw the expressions on the aliens' faces. They were staring at him with what looked like shock or fear. Commander Vexlar approached slowly. The four-armed alien's yellow eyes blinked rapidly. 5 hours and 26 minutes, Vexlar said. You completed the Kobayashi simulation. Isn't that the point? Sam asked, confused by their reaction. The Kobayashi simulation is not designed to be completed, a new voice said. A tall alien in an elaborate uniform stepped forward. From the way the others moved aside, Sam guessed this was someone important. I am Director Sori of Federation Testing Division. The simulation is designed to continue until the pilot recognizes their limitations and exits voluntarily. Sori continued. It is a test of judgment and self-awareness. So it's raid? Sam asked. No one can win. It is not about winning, Commander Vexlar explained. It is about knowing when to accept reality and make wise choices. Sam frowned. But if I found a solution? You did not find a solution. Director Sori interrupted. You rejected the parameters. You refused to accept the simulation as presented. Instead, you forced it to adapt to your mind. Medical staff approached Sam with scanning devices. One of them, a bulbous alien with tentacles, seemed especially interested in his head. "Your neural pathways should show significant damage," the medical officer said. "The mental load of 5 hours in the simulator exceeds safe limits for all known species." Sam shrugged. "I feel fine. Tired, but fine." "Humans," Vexler said, as if that explained everything. Kyra pushed through the crowd of aliens and reached Sam. "Are you okay?" "They called me when your session went past 2 hours." "I'm good," Sam assured her. "Just solved an unsolvable problem." "That's exactly what concerns us," Director Story said. "No other species approaches problems quite like humans do. You don't accept the rules of reality." "Reality is negotiable," Sam replied with a smile. The aliens exchanged glances. Sam couldn't read their expressions exactly, but he sensed a mixture of concern and interest. "You need rest," Commander Vexlar said finally. "Report to medical for a full examination, then take the remainder of the day off. Tomorrow, we will discuss adjustments to your training program." As Sam walked toward the medical bay with Kyra, he heard Director Story speaking to Commander Vexlar behind them. "Effective immediately, all human pilots are restricted to 1 simulator session only. Mandatory directive." "That bad?" Sam whispered to Kyra. She smiled. "That good. You did something they didn't think was possible. You scared them. Is that a win?" "For humans?" "Absolutely." The next day, Sam sat in a large meeting room. Federation officials from many departments filled the seats around him. Some he recognized from the flight division. Others wore the uniforms of scientists, medical officers, and diplomats. Kara sat next to him as his unofficial human representative. She leaned over and whispered, "They've been talking about you all night. The whole ship is buzzing." Before Sam could reply, Director Story entered the room. Everyone stood until the tall alien took a seat at the head of the table. "This meeting concerns the human pilot Sam Miller and yesterday's simulator incident," Director Story announced. "Chief Medical Officer Trell will begin." A small green alien with 3 eyes stood up. "Our scans show Lieutenant Miller suffered no permanent neural damage from the extended simulation. This is unusual. All other species show brain damage after 2 hours of continuous simulation use. How is this possible?" Commander Vexlar asked. "Humans have unusual neural plasticity," Trell explained. "Their brains form new connections quickly and adapt to stress differently. Lieutenant Miller's brain showed high activity in regions associated with creativity and problem-solving, rather than in survival response regions." Director Story nodded. "And what of the simulation itself?" A tech specialist with metallic skin spoke next. "The simulation program requires extensive recalibration. The humans' approach created new pathways that were not in the original programming. He essentially rewrote portions of the code through his neural interface." Sam raised his hand. "I didn't try to hack anything. I just looked for solutions." "That is precisely the issue," Director Story said. "Your species does not accept parameters. When faced with no-win scenarios, you reject the premise rather than accept reality." "Isn't finding new solutions a good thing?" Kyra asked. An older alien with wispy hair that floated like smoke shook her head. "The Federation values order and predictability. We overcome challenges through established protocols and centuries of tested methods." "But when those methods fail?" Sam asked. "Then we accept that failure with dignity," Commander Vexlar replied. "Not every problem has a solution." Sam frowned. "Humans don't see it that way." "Clearly," Director Story said. "Which brings us to the matter at hand. The Federation Council has reviewed yesterday's data and reached several conclusions regarding human integration." Sam sat up straighter, expecting to be told he was being sent home. Instead, Director Story continued with surprising news. "First, the simulator program will be modified for human use. Limited sessions, reduced neural load, and stricter parameters. Second," Story continued, All human pilots will be restricted to one standard simulator session for baseline assessment. Additional training will use conventional methods. Commander Vexlar added, "Your approach to the simulation revealed weaknesses in our thinking. While we do not approve of your methods, we recognize their potential value." "So I'm not being kicked out?" Sam asked. "On the contrary," Director Story said. "The Federation is creating a new division focusing on unconventional problem-solving. We want humans to be part of it." Murmurs spread through the room. Not all the aliens seemed happy with this decision. "You want us to teach you to break rules?" Kyra asked, surprised. "We want you to help us see alternatives we might miss due to our established thinking," Sori clarified, "though you will work under strict supervision." Sam couldn't help smiling. "So failing your test was actually passing it." "Do not misunderstand, Lieutenant Miller," Commander Vexlar said. "Your approach would be disastrous in many situations. Federation success depends on all members following procedures and respecting boundaries." But Director Sori added, "There are threats in our galaxy that do not follow rules. In those specific cases, human thinking may prove advantageous." After the meeting, Sam and Kira walked through the ship's corridors, processing what had happened. "So you broke their simulator and got promoted," Kyra said, laughing. "Not exactly promoted," Sam replied. "More like studied." "They're afraid of us," Kyra realized. "Not because we're dangerous, but because we make them question things they've believed for thousands of years." Sam nodded. "They want human thinking, but only in small, controlled doses. Like a powerful medicine," Kyra said. "Useful in emergencies, but too much will kill you." Sam looked out a viewport at the stars beyond. "I wonder what would happen if they knew what humans are really capable of." 2 weeks after the simulator incident, Sam sat in a new office. The walls displayed star maps and flight plans. A large window showed the vastness of space outside. This was the headquarters of the newly formed Unconventional Solutions Division. Sam and 4 other humans had been assigned to the division. They worked with a small team of aliens who were considered creative thinkers by Federation standards. Their job was to look at problems no one else could solve. Today, Sam was meeting with Admiral Grant, the human representative to the Federation Council, who had arrived yesterday on a diplomatic ship. "Lieutenant Miller," the Admiral said, taking the seat across from Sam, "your simulator performance has caused quite a stir." "So I've heard, sir," Sam replied. "The Federation has been using that simulator for 800 years. No one ever completed it before. Now they've had to rewrite the program." Sam smiled. "I didn't mean to cause trouble." "Trouble?" Admiral Grant laughed. "You've given humanity a valuable position in the Federation. They now see us as having unique abilities." "They think we're unpredictable," Sam said. "Maybe dangerous." "Different," the Admiral corrected. "And difference can be powerful. The Federation has 17 species who all think relatively alike. Then there's us." A soft chime sounded, and Commander Vexlar entered the office. The blue-skinned alien looked at Sam with what might have been respect. "Admiral, Lieutenant," Vexlar said, "the Council is ready for your presentation." They walked to the main Council chamber, a massive room where representatives from all 17 Federation species gathered. Sam felt nervous as he took his place at the speaker's platform. Admiral Grant began. "Members of the Federation Council, 2 weeks ago, Lieutenant Miller completed the Kobayashi simulation by finding solutions outside the program's parameters. Today we propose an expansion of the Unconventional Solutions Division." Sam stepped forward. "The simulator showed that humans approach problems differently. We don't accept no-win scenarios. Where others see impossibility, we see opportunity." Director Sori, now working closely with the human team, added, "Lieutenant Miller and his team have already solved 3 engineering challenges that our experts considered impossible." A holographic display showed one of their solutions, a new shield configuration inspired by Sam's simulator experience. The design was already being implemented on Federation ships. "We don't ask that you change your methods," Sam continued. The Federation's careful, tested approaches have built peace for thousands of years. But when standard methods fail, humans offer alternatives. An elder from the Triz species clicked a question. What happens when human alternatives create chaos? Your unpredictability could threaten stability. Sam nodded. That's why we propose working together. Your species provide wisdom and experience. Humans provide new perspectives. Together, we're stronger than either would be alone. The council debated for hours. Some members feared human unpredictability. Others saw value in their unique thinking. In the end, they voted to expand the program. After the meeting, Sam stood with Kyra at their favorite viewport, watching stars in the distance. Looks like they're letting more humans join the Federation fleet, Kyra said. But still only one simulator session. Sam laughed. Commander Vexlar approached them. The new simulator program has been designated the Miller Protocol. It will be used to identify creative thinkers among all species. I'm honored, Sam said, surprised. There is one more thing, Vexlar continued. A situation has developed in the Andromeda sector, a space anomaly unlike anything we've encountered. Our standard procedures have failed, and you want human perspectives. Kyra guessed. The Council has authorized your team to lead the mission, Vexlar confirmed. We need creative solutions. Sam smiled. When do we leave? Tomorrow. You will command a small vessel with a mixed crew. After Commander Vexlar left, Sam looked at Kyra in amazement. From simulator tests subject to mission commander in 2 weeks, he said. That has to be a record. Kyra laughed. Just promise me one thing. Whatever you did in that simulator, do it again if we need it. Count on it, Sam replied, looking at the stars. That's what humans do. We find ways to succeed even when success seems impossible. In the distance, a Federation ship prepared for launch. For the first time, it would carry a human captain leading a mission into unknown territory. The Federation was learning that sometimes you needed people who didn't accept limitations, people who changed the rules when the rules didn't work. People like Sam Miller. People from Earth. Humans.